Hello everyone and welcome. Well, I hope you've had a happy New Year's. I spent my New Year's Eve and New Year's Day with the flu. Well, I hope that your holiday was a lot better than mine. I'm still a little bit under the weather, but I've got a nice recipe to get started for the new year, and it's an appetizer, something I haven't done. And it's a Swedish nut bread that you put cream cheese and olives on. A lot of people think it's disgusting, but if you taste it, it is amazing. So let's get started. In a stand mixer with your dough wand, whatever you call it, you put in lukewarm water, and you want to make sure that you check this water with a thermometer. I use a candy thermometer for all of my checking. And you want it to be at least either 105 degrees or up at least 115 degrees. No higher than that, or else you'll kill your yeast. Then in this water, you put a teaspoon and a half of yeast, active dry yeast. And you're gonna let that sit in there for about 15 minutes until it starts to get foamy, and let's show it. It takes about at least 10-15 minutes. Of course, yeast cannot do it by itself, so you need sugar. So for this recipe, it's going to be dark brown sugar. You stir it up. And that'll boost it a bit. I'm gonna put a cup of water in here, and I want this to boil. As you can see here, it's starting to get a good boil to it. I should note that as you're boiling, a lot of the water will evaporate. So you do want to make sure that you still got a cup, because you may have to add a little bit. And I'm going to be measuring mine with this, and my cup is this very bottom line down here. So I'm going to measure it to make sure it's a cup still. I've had to add a little bit of water. Yep, still got a cup. So now we're ready for the next step. I'm going to put in, let's see what I don't know my cup it is. 1/4 a cup of Bulgar. I'm going to stir this up. You want to stir it frequently. You want it to get all the water combined with this Bulgar. It'll cook it up and thicken. Bulgar is a form of wheat. It's also called cracked wheat. It's used in a lot of dishes, especially Middle Eastern. So you can use it in other recipes other than bread. This will take about 10 minutes. My yeast is ready to go. So I hope that gets done soon. This egg. It's really getting cooked down now. This is what it looks like. It's pretty well cooked now. As you can see, the water is pretty much dissolved. Into the yeast, I'm gonna put melted butter, the beaten egg, and I'm gonna mix this up. Now I'm gonna put in a teaspoon of salt and 3 tablespoons of sesame seed oil. 1, 2, 3. Stir that up. Now I'm going to put in the Bulgar. Now this can go on to the mixer. And slowly, you're going to add the flour. Put this on slow speed and let it mix up together. I put in about 2 cups so far, and so I want to make sure I get the sides down. And I'll put in at least 1/4 cup of the walnuts. I'm going to add some more. Big ball go in there. So now it's time to put in some more nuts and check the sides. I think that's done. So I'm gonna pull this out. Now I'm gonna put this on a well-floured surface and knead this by hand. You want to do this until it makes a nice, smooth ball. And you can tell it is nice and smooth and ready to go by just how it feels in comparison to when you first started kneading it. It even looks smoother. Okay. Now, I'm gonna take some butter, the dough up with that butter as much as I can. Okay. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna butter some pans up. It's been an hour and the dough has doubled in size. Woo! Roll this up a bit. Flatten them out. Then fold the sides. Seal it. To take these pans and fit them in. about a half an hour, your loaves will rise almost double in size. You want to place the loaves on a rack that's near the middle of your oven. And you'll have this at 375 and you'll bake it for about 35 minutes or until it's golden brown. So see you in 35 minutes. And here's the loaves, all nice and done. I'll take the smaller one, slice it. Ooh, nice and hot. Then you take it, put your cream cheese on it, however much cream cheese you like. Then decorate with olives. And there you have it. Oh, it's coming apart. Really nice and yummy. Goes well with the olives on top. The cream cheese gives it a little bit sweeter taste because the bread is really nutty. Nice for a little snack, you know, before eating, or even if you just, you know, you're a little hungry and you don't want nothing heavy. That's something you can definitely have. And I'll show you how to care for it. Because freshly baked bread can get dried out really fast, you can put a little bit of butter on the top. And you can take several saran wrap pieces and tightly put it over the bread. I've tried using bags before, like storage bags, and I found that does not really work because they fit loosely. It gets air in there, and so it'll mold faster, but you can also freeze it. Especially since you get two loaves with this. But the little bit of butter on the top keeps at least the crust part, which is the part that tends to get dried out faster. It keeps it from getting hard. Just like that. And put it in the refrigerator for about a week. It would probably keep about 2 weeks in the freezer. Here's the cinematic pose, so you can see inside. I'll see you in next video.